Hey there, language lovers. Welcome back to Pronounce Like a Pro. Today we're diving into the top 10 USA state names you are probably mispronouncing. I mean, we've all been there, right? You're chatting with someone, maybe you're on vacation, and bam! You totally butcher the name of a state. Don't worry, my friend, I'm here to help. Stick around because we've got some fun facts and historical tidbits that you won't want to miss. First up, we're heading down south to the land of blues, barbecue, and maybe a few mispronounced syllables. We're talking about Arkansas. Now, you might be tempted to say Arkansas, and hey, I get it, it seems logical. But hold your horses, my friend, because the correct way to say it is Arkansas. Yep, you heard that right, it ends with a saw sound, like you're about to cut some wood in those beautiful Arkansas forests. And speaking of forests, did you know that Arkansas is known as the natural state? With its stunning Ozark Mountains, flowing rivers, and lush forests, it's basically a nature lover's paradise. So next time you're talking about this gorgeous state, remember, it's Arkansas, as natural as can be. Alright folks, now we're taking a trip to the Midwest, the land of cornfields, deep dish pizza, and a certain state name that often trips people up. That's right, we're talking about Illinois. Now, you might be tempted to pronounce that S at the end, making it Illinois, but hold on there, my friend, because in this case, silence is golden. The correct way to say it is Illinois, nice and smooth, just like a Chicago hot dog. Hold the ketchup, please. And speaking of Chicago, did you know that Illinois is home to the very first McDonald's restaurant? That's right, the birthplace of the Big Mac is in the Prairie State. So next time you're ordering fries with that, remember, it's Illinois. No S required. Okay, adventurers, let's head west to the land of majestic mountains, rugged coastlines, and a state name that often gets tangled up in tongues. We're talking about Oregon. Now, some folks might try to get fancy and say Oregon, adding an extra syllable like it's no big deal. But trust me, you don't want to mess with the Beaver State. The correct pronunciation is Oregon, short and sweet, just like a dip in Crater Lake, although maybe not as cold. And speaking of strange and wonderful things, did you know that Oregon has more ghost towns than any other state? Yep, from abandoned mining settlements to deserted boom towns, Oregon's got a spooky history to explore. So next time you're planning a trip to this Pacific paradise, remember it's Oregon, no extra syllables needed. Our next destination, Missouri, where the river flows and the grows. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to the heartland. The land of rolling hills, mighty rivers, and a state name that often sparks debate. We're talking about Missouri. This state is not just a geographical location, it's a cultural melting pot with a rich history and vibrant communities. Now, some folks might say Missouri, like they're trying to rhyme it with free. This pronunciation is common among those who are not from the area. But if you want to blend in with the locals, you've got to embrace the sound. It's a subtle yet significant difference that shows you know your way around. That's right. The correct way to say it is Missouri, nice and round, just like a scoop of ice cream from Ted Drew's Frozen Custard in St. Louis. This iconic spot has been serving delicious treats since 1929 and is a must-visit for anyone in the area. And speaking of St. Louis, did you know that the ice cream cone was popularized at the 1904 World's Fair in this very city? This event was a landmark moment in culinary history, introducing the world to a new way to enjoy ice cream. That's right, Missouri is basically the birthplace of this iconic treat. The World's Fair brought together people from all over, and the ice cream cone quickly became a favorite. So next time you're enjoying a cone on a hot day, remember it's Missouri, with a little extra, for flavor. This small linguistic detail connects you to the heart and soul of Missouri, a state rich in history, culture, and of course, delicious ice cream. Heading to Nevada, high stakes, no extra syllables. Get ready to roll the dice, folks, because we're heading to the Silver State, the land of glittering casinos, scorching deserts, and a state name that often gets an extra syllable it doesn't need. We're talking about Nevada. Now, you might be tempted to say Nevada, like you're adding a little extra sparkle to the name. But in this land of high rollers, simplicity is key. The correct pronunciation is Nevada, short and sharp, just like a spin of the roulette wheel. And speaking of striking it rich, did you know that Nevada is the largest gold-producing state in the US? That's right, this state is practically paved with the shiny stuff. So next time you're feeling lucky, remember it's Nevada. No need to gild the lily. Next we have Connecticut. Please forget the C. Hey there, history buffs. We're taking a trip to the Constitution State, the land of charming towns, historic landmarks, and a state name that often gets its middle letter overlooked. That's the right way to say Connecticut. That second C never has been pronounced, therefore remember the C is not important, people. It's Connecticut. Keep the C silent, like you're really savoring the history of this place. And speaking of history, did you know that the first telephone book was published in New Haven, Connecticut? That's right, this state was connecting people before it was cool. So next time you're dialing up a friend, remember it's Connecticut and forget the CE in the middle. Next, Massachusetts, where history meets pronunciation. All right, Patriots, we're heading to the Bay State, the land of revolutionary history, clam chowder, and a state name that often gets tangled up in tongues. We're talking about Massachusetts. Now some folks might try to simplify things and say Massachusetts, but that extra two is throwing off the rhythm, my friend. The correct pronunciation is Massachusetts, with a clear chew sound, like you're channeling your inner Paul Revere. And speaking of historical firsts, did you know that the first American lighthouse was built in Boston Harbor? That's right, Massachusetts has been guiding ships and illuminating the way for centuries, so next time you're exploring this historic state, remember it's Massachusetts, with all the syllables in their rightful place. Next we have Kentucky bourbon, horses, and a soft tuck. Saddle up, folks, because we're heading to the Bluegrass State, the land of rolling hills, thoroughbred horses, and a state name that often gets a little too much emphasis on the tuck. We're talking about Kentucky. This state is not just about its picturesque landscapes, it's a place where tradition meets elegance. Now, some folks might say Kentucky, like they're trying to kickstart a hoedown. You can almost hear the fiddles and see the folks dancing in their cowboy boots. But the correct pronunciation is a little smoother, a little more refined, just like a sip of Kentucky bourbon. Imagine the rich amber liquid swirling in your glass, the aroma filling the air. It's Kentucky, with a soft tuck sound like you're whispering the secret to winning the Derby. It's a name that rolls off the tongue as gently as the hills roll across the landscape. And speaking of Kentucky's claim to fame, did you know that this state is known for its bourbon and horse racing? The bourbon here is aged to perfection, and the horses are bred for speed and grace. That's right. It's the perfect place to sip on a mint julep while watching the ponies run. The excitement of the race, the cheers of the crowd, and the refreshing taste of the cocktail make for an unforgettable experience. So, next time you're in the mood for some southern hospitality, remember it's Kentucky, smooth and easy, just like a day at the races. Whether you're enjoying the Derby or just soaking in the local culture, Kentucky offers a unique blend of charm and sophistication. Think of Hawaii. Aloha to correct pronunciation. Aloha, language lovers. We're heading to the Aloha State, the land of volcanic landscapes, pristine beaches, and a state name that often gets lost in translation. We're talking about Hawaii. Now some folks might say Hawaii, like they're asking a question about the islands, but the correct pronunciation is all about embracing the vowels. It's Hawaii with a long vi sound, like you're riding a wave of perfect pronunciation. And speaking of unique and wonderful things, did you know that Hawaii is the only US state that grows coffee? That's right, this island paradise is home to Kona coffee, one of the most prized coffees in the world. So next time you're sipping on a cup of Hawaiian goodness, remember it's Hawaii, with a pronunciation as smooth as a tropical breeze. And lastly, New Mexico, enchanting land, enchanting pronunciation. Hola, explorers. Welcome to a journey through a state that is as rich in history as it is in natural beauty. We're heading to the land of enchantment, a place where ancient ruins whisper tales of the past, vibrant cultures celebrate life, and the name of the state often gets a little too much eye for its own good. Yes, we're talking about the mesmerizing New Mexico. Now some folks might say New Mexico, like they're adding an extra syllable to the mix, making it sound more complicated than it needs to be. But the correct pronunciation is all about keeping it simple, just like the serene beauty of the desert. It's straightforward and elegant. It's New Mexico with a clear E sound, like you're admiring the colorful sunset over the Rio Grande, a moment of pure clarity and beauty. And speaking of impressive feats, did you know that New Mexico has more PhDs per capita than any other state? That's a testament to the intellectual prowess found here. That's right, this state is full of brilliant minds and fascinating discoveries, contributing to the world in ways you might not expect. So next time you're exploring the wonders of New Mexico, remember, it's New Mexico, with a pronunciation as clear and crisp as the desert sky. Enjoy the journey and embrace the enchantment. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Pronounce Like a Pro for more fun and educational content. We had a blast exploring the USA and conquering those tricky state names together. Remember, language is a journey and there's always something new to learn. See you next time.